Hello everyone, welcome to MBA Karo. SNAP is the next big exam that you must be targeting. Some of you could not perform well on CAT, so this is the examination in which you wish to score well so that you get into some top colleges through it. In this video, I'm going to tell you the score versus percentile for SNAP 2022. Although this depends on the difficulty level of the paper, because last year the paper was more difficult than the previous year. So obviously, this percentile score versus percentile, uh, the mapping was different from that of the last year. So watch this video to understand at what score would a student get what percentile based on the last year's parameters. So last year, I scored, I admitted all three slots. In the first slot, I scored 47.75. Okay, as a result, I could get 99.9939 percentile, maybe AIR 4 possibly. Okay, second, my score dipped and it went to 42.75, again increased to 46.5 in the third slot. Now, this does not mean that the second slot was the most difficult, but yes, slot 1 was slightly easy than the other two slots. 2 and 3 were slightly difficult. Okay. So it keeps varying. The slots are not very consistent. For most of the students, the scores vary. And it depends on certain questions also, maybe a few vocab questions right and your score goes up. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join our social media platforms. Now this is Snap score versus percentile. There was someone who's managed to score 53.75 as the top score. Now that's an outlier. Someone did extremely well. So there is always an outlier in any of the examinations. That was 53.75. Now 99.99 percentile, okay, was at 47.5. So if someone scored this high, would have definitely got into SIBM Pune. Okay, then 99.9 approximately was at 42.5. So in 5 mark gaps from 99.99 to 99.9 percentile. Okay, now these are actual mapping of the scores of the aspirants, and based on that I have picked up the closest number. So 99 percentile was at 37.75. So 10 marks gap, 99.99 to 99.99. So at this stage, the score, like even if your scores vary a lot, the percentile does not change much. See, here it is 99 percentile. Then you see around 98 percentile is at 35 point. Uh, you can call it 35.5, because above that it must have been 37.5, or you can call, let us say, 37.5. So 35.75. So 2 marks gap, 99 to 98 percentile. So difference of 1 percentile, 1% people in 2 marks. Here you see it is 100 percentile, 53.75, and there is 16 marks gap between 100 to 99 percentile. So as you come down within a few marks, you see a large change. Now if you see 97.84, in 1 mark it is 97 percentile. So almost in 1 marks you get 1 percentile difference. Then 97 to 95, so there is less than 2 marks from 97 to 95 percentile. Okay, so within 2 marks there is a lot of difference. Now if you see, this is 95, this is close to 90. 2.75 marks, 5 percentile. 30 to 27, 3 marks, gap of 9 percentile. Okay, so and so on, the percentile dips. Now the sweet spot, if you consider the top 3 colleges: SIBM Pune, SCM and then you have SIIB, that is those are the top 3 that people target. Okay, so these are this is around 95 percentile. SIBM Pune 98 plus, somewhere 98.5, 98.2. Okay, or 97.5 plus. SCM also somewhere 97, 98. Now they come in the top bracket. Okay, so you need to get above this percentile. So there is a slight difference. So if you see, 99 is at 37.75, and if you take 95, so it was at 32.75. So you can say 33 to 38 is the sweet spot. Okay, that was for the last year. So if you manage to get 33 to 38, depending on this, you could have cleared the cutoff. Now, if you got more than that, let's say 40 plus, then you would have got very high chance of conversion. So if you get more than that, because there is some weight given to snap score as well, so you have high chances of conversion, that's it, but not necessary that you will convert, because you have to still do well in GDPI. But in order to crack the examination, let's say if you're targeting SIBM and SCMHRD, then you need uh, close to 36 marks, okay, 36 to 38, then the top two. And if you talk about 33 to 36, then you can get the rank third, fourth institute, etc. So this was the score versus percentile last year. Now this is the general trend. It keeps varying a bit also. Okay, so SIBM Pune 98 7.5 plus. There is no definite cutoff. Like sometimes it might be 98, sometimes it might be 98.2, sometimes it might even go 98.5, 98.4. So keeps varying, but it is always 97.5 plus. Similarly, SCMHRD 96 plus, sometimes it might be 97, 97.2. Okay, 90, it can even go beyond 97.5. Sometimes both their cutoffs might be similar. Okay, SIIB somewhere around 93 to 95. Then you have SIBM Bangalore, it is 91 to 92. And then you have SIOM Nashik, then several other institutes. These are the expected cutoffs that generally lie in this range. Okay, now these lower values do not vary much because fewer people appear for these institutes, and hence you can get at these scores. For these also you can map the scores. Let's say if you are getting somewhere around 25, you get 70 percentile, 27 80 percentile, 23 60 percentile, okay, 50 percentile at 21. So here the variation is very high. Like if you from 21 to 23, if you jump, like see 50 percentile here, 61 percentile here, not even 2 marks. So 2 marks per 10 percentile jump हो जाती है. Okay, so it is, the fight is at the lower spectrum. So if you manage to score above 35, there is not much difference. There will be slight difference in the percentile, but you need to be, this is the sweet spot, you need to cross the barrier of 35. If you cross 40, that is very good considering the last year's paper pattern. Okay, so you have to target accordingly so that you are able to score above this range in the actual examination. So in case you are looking for snap mocks which are based on last year's pattern, okay, with a similar difficulty level and the kind of questions that you get on the examination, we have snap mocks, and you can check out the link given in the description to buy these snap mocks. So we are offering 15 mock tests for snap based on the latest pattern. So this was about snap score versus percentile. Don't take it as a parameter for this year, because you never know what is the difficulty level of the examination. It might be slightly easier, or might be the other way around as well. This was based on last year's data. Prior to that year, it was even higher. Like let's say at 46, someone would have got 99.6%. And so last to last year, around 41 42 was the score that was needed. Last year it was just 38, so a gap of 4 marks from previous year. Okay, so just take this as a comparison for last year. Do not attempt this year's paper based on these scores. These are just to tell that the variation that you get at a certain level, there is where even with a change of half or 1 mark, there is high fluctuation in the scores. So attempt the paper wisely and do not mark negatives in the examination.